You have to be hand fed nothing every time. Come here. So I don't know what it is, but he will not eat by himself. He's got to be hand fed. Little nut. He likes grapes and he likes applesauce. Sometimes pineapple. There's an owl. There's an owl, Nutzy. You better hide. You better hide, Nutzy. The boogers are around also, so figure out what to name this live stream after it gets done. Oh, what a big boy. You think that's a real owl, Nutzy? So we've got a plan. We need a very small camera. We can strap the Nutzy. That don't sound like a real owl. Listen, it ain't got that trill at the end. Come here, guy. Where you going? You gotta finish eating. Use your hands. Use your hands, buddy. That's the cutest part. Little Nutzy. You guys hear the fake owl? Got some applesauce. Applesauce. Ready to go in the pocket. That's it. That's feeding time. He'll take just a little bit of milk. I guess while we're at it, we might as well capture some vocalizations too. Where are you going, Nutzy? Came out of my pocket. Hey, cat, why don't you make a lot of noise now so we can hear? That'd be great. I'm kidding. Hang on, guys. Hello. I don't know if that was a nut that just got thrown or what. I've been having laptop issues. My daggone laptop. I like I never got it started last night. Now tonight, for some reason, it won't hook up to my Wi-Fi. And I had to bring the other Wi-Fi. It wouldn't even recognize the Wi-Fi, so I'm going to have to figure it out. But I don't feel like figuring it out tonight. It's another hot day. I jumped in the truck and it said 109 degrees in that truck. They got a temperature sensor on the outside of the trucks, which the real time temperature got up to 97 today at its peak, and the feel like was over 100. And it's supposed to be like that tomorrow and Thursday, but Friday it's supposed to cool off. Thank God. Thank you, Lord. Please let it cool off. It's gutting me. And for some reason, the flea population has boomed. I bet I've killed 10 fleas by the time since I've been out here on the porch. I want to also mention this will probably be the last time I might even title the video about this and leave a link in the comments. But the camp out is going to be the weekend of the 13th this month, and it's going to be over in the Daniel Boone National Forest, which is about an hour from here. So I will leave. Again, I'll leave my Facebook in there if you want to do the camp. Then just leave a comment or get a hold of me on Messenger. And if you do happen to send me something on Messenger, don't send Facebook friend requests. I'm never on Facebook. But if you send it through Messenger, then I will see it then. But let me know who you are and about the camp out or whatever too. I'm not sure where Bailey is. I haven't seen her today. Which reminds me, whenever I pulled in, I had turkeys sitting out in the drive. And I need to go fix that. I need to get my turkeys in the barn. So here's the plan. I'm going to leave the phone here to the barn. Maybe we can trick a booger. We probably will because I've been so lucky at tricking them before. this owl. I'm assuming it's a young booger because he keeps messing his call up. And there's no trill at the end of it. It's like woo 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 woo. And he sound like a real owl. Nutzy told me it was a juvenile booger trying to scare him, pretending to be an owl. There went a rock. And he said he wasn't scared though because he's in my pocket. And another rock. Let me show you what tipped me off to them being here. And I haven't looked around yet. I've been fooling with this Wi-Fi. Which I don't have any pictures of these before. But this rock here, that's one of the games. It was laying on top of that. And so is this one. I had them both up here. And even though they're roundish looking to be such small rocks, I don't think chickens or anything could kick them off there to make them go that far. Actually, that one was kicked all the way out to here, but that's how I found it. I was tripped on it. I stepped on it and it rolled underneath my foot. The old pocket squirrel. Man, that would suck to get hit by one of these guys. Eggs, they're sticky. I heard a rock hit off of this just now. Some of the best dirt there is on the farm is up there in the barn, in the stall she's in. I guess she can get out. I should have asked her. Actually, come to think of it, I don't know how she even got in there. Let me go look at this again. Oh, Nutzy. There might be a way in there. Bailey probably thinks she's a chicken now because the chickens eat the dog food. All right. So I'll jump back on. But it didn't used to be like this. Let me check on Bailey. pocket, Nutzy. Oh, that would have fun. Baby, how did you... I don't know how she got in there. The doors were closed. Did somebody put you in there, Bailey? Let's see, better go back in my pocket, then owls will get you. What do you see, Bailey? What's her? All right, y'all, let me put Nutzy up. He's getting a little cold, I do believe. I don't know how, though. It's 90 degrees out. But he's, look at this. What are you doing, Nutzy? Might be camera shy, too. Yeah, it's still 84 degrees. What are you doing? How'd you get in the barn? How'd you get in the barn? Huh? Hey, he's getting a lot more active. Lisa. Is the sound picking up good? Could y'all hear the owl pretty good? And now I'm hearing a clicking noise coming from the hillside. I don't know. Can y'all hear that? I don't know what that is. You can't hear it? Let me make sure Nutzy don't want to eat anything else, and then I'll put him up because he don't like loud noises at all. Where are you going, buddy? You going back down in the pocket? What did we do with your meal? I'm sure I had it a while ago. Oh my goodness. There's another flea. Fleas. Man, I just sprayed this porch down. Here's another fun fact. Squirrels will not get the same type. They get fleas, but they're called squirrel fleas, which I haven't seen none on him. But they don't get the same type of fleas that like dogs and cats get. Isn't that weird? At least I read it on the internet, so it's got to be true. Here, look at. You wait. You wait. He's been eating really, really good lately too. I'm tickled to death that he's starting to eat grapes and applesauce. I even crushed up some nuts for him, but he won't eat those yet. I'm gonna try to soak some nuts and soften them up and mush them up and see if he'll eat those. Heck, I might even chew a few nuts up for you, Nutzy. I read somewhere squirrels like nuts. Is that it? Want some more? Want some more? You getting sleepy? Oh, hell, you've been up all day, or sleep all day. He won't eat peanut butter yet. And he won't eat green beans. We tried a green bean earlier. He likes applesauce. He might be full now, though. Are you full? Are you full, big guy? Okay, we'll take you in on your heating pad. He's starting to shiver a little bit. You are just too stinking cute, Nutzy. Let's go in. Let's go in on your heating pad, little Nick. Here, baby, get me a hold and feed you too. I'll get her hot dogs. Yep. I figured they would have thrown some more rocks by now. Yeah, for those that don't know, Friday, whenever I was working on my tractor, And the cats were down by the creek on the creek bank, and uh, they had something, and they're bad to catch frogs and stuff. They'll catch all kinds of frogs, and I thought they had a frog or something at first. Then it like kind of got away from him and started running up the hill, and I thought, no, that's a mouse. But I thought, well, that's a weird looking mouse. So I got closer. I mean, it was within, I don't know, 10 yards. I mean, I walked closer to see what they had, and it was that little flying squirrel. So I got him, and luckily they don't look like they. I couldn't find any like spots where they had punctured his skin or anything like that. They were just messing with him. Hi. Did y'all hear that? How are you? Where have you been, Al? Can you throw something? Can you make a popping noise like this? But anyway, I got the squirrel, and I think the reason they didn't really mess with him too much is because he didn't move. I'm guessing he fell out of a nest or something. Because I'm guessing he's about 6 weeks old because that's when they start moving around a little bit, and sometimes they fall out of the nest at that age. And Friday night, Saturday night, I took him up there and set the cage out to where the mama squirrel could come and get him if she could. But unfortunately, my cats wanted to be part of that process, and mama squirrel's probably too smart to get around three booger and kitties. How'd you get in the barn, baby? Why don't you tell me? Hmm? That's got me curious. I'm going to go up there and look and see if there might be a spot where she can. Maybe she crawled back up underneath one spot. I think it might be big enough. But I thought there was a board across it. And I know she didn't jump up through that one door or open up the other door and lock it back behind her from the outside somehow. Oh, I don't like the kittens. It's just cats being cats. But um, I'm totally fine with these cats catching mice. I'd rather not they catch the flying squirrels. And if I can get this flying squirrel back up on his feet and out in the wild, then that's what I'm going to try to do. But come to think of it, I've only seen that one cat tonight. The white cat. I haven't seen either of the other gray ones. I still haven't seen Clokey. Seems like my cats are getting picked off. That's what you need in your neighborhood, Jay. Some boogers. They seem to be kind of rough on cats. Oh, I got the snakes too. Which I used to have a big snake up in the barn. I'm kind of glad I haven't seen him in a while now because of the biddies. I got another hen that's went broody too. She's been sitting on a nest for about a week now. You got a booger in your neighborhood? Oh, catfish. Oh, that reminds me. I need to check that picture you sent me. Catfish, can you send that picture on Messenger? Not the phone part, phone message. I think that's why I'm not getting it. Because this phone really sucks. So if you can send it to me on Messenger. Oh, really, Jay? And it wouldn't surprise me that one would be lingering around that neighborhood because, well, the river's right there, and they probably use that for a corridor. Because, well, as we both know since we float down it, that that's a good wooded area for them. There's all kinds of places they could get back up in the woods and all that. The garbage can don't have a lid on it right now. I took the garbage out today. I haven't even put a new bag in it, so I don't know. Maybe they've locked them in a barn stall too. Hello, Linda. Window tapping. Yeah, it used to happen here a lot. So I put up the old game cameras. And it seems to be very effective putting up the game cameras. I haven't had any house hits like I mean they'll stay at the wood line and maybe right inside the perimeter of the yard and stuff like that. They'll move around to that and then sometimes go out by that tree where there's no cameras at. But in places I don't want them, so far these game cameras, I mean that's the only thing that I can think that would have changed their behavior. Adios, Matt. All right, catfish, because for some reason this phone sucks. The reason I think it might be the boogers taking the cast, I'm just going to be honest about it, is because of the activity I've been having here the past few days. And the last time I had activity is whenever some cats went missing, and the time before that is when there were some cats went missing. What is that noise? Oh, it's an airplane. Sounds funny. Let me grab my FLIR. That one white cat, he usually hangs out right here on the porch or underneath that building, and he follows me everywhere I go. I'm surprised I don't see him right now. They might have got him too. I hope not. Hey guys, could you leave me at least one cat? Kitty, 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 kitty. I think they've got a taste for cats. What is that? Oh, there's White Cat. clicking noise again. Yeah, they took one of her cats and brought it back. Bailey, where's them boogers at? Watch her. She's going right towards that clicking noise. Let's see where she goes. She's going up the hillside. Where did it go? I can't see her on the floor. That's the problem with all the leaves. You can't see nothing on the floor. I sure hear her. Break an ankle. Where'd she go? She's going up towards the human observation post right now. She's on that trail, just across the log. That dark bit on her right side is the tree in front of the human observation post. There's something behind me too. I don't even see her now because of all the leaves. I don't even see her. That's what I don't know if y'all seen her going across the bridge, but it's like her friend's there, and that tail will start wagging, and she just goes up on the hillside. Where'd you go, Bailey? she went now. I don't even hear her. I hear talking though. White cat's purring, but I hear talking coming down this way, like mumbling. What? Are you done? Probably up there giving Bailey some kitty treats or something. You know what I'm saying? Hello, Tim. Didn't see you sneak in. There went a pop across the way. still ain't got that thing up. That's uh, that's something that'll get done when everything else gets done. Important things. Oh man, there went a big thump. Big thump. That kind of sounded like something jumped out of a tree. Like cat, are you the last man standing? Hmm? Turn the camp out into an airport raising party. I don't know what that means. I can hear something moving up there. I don't know if it's Bailey. Oh, I read it wrong. My bad. I did read it wrong. You said airport, not carport. Uh-huh. Yeah, I mean, I definitely am gonna have some help getting that thing put up. But I mean, here's the deal. I missed work Sunday. I had to go into Logan because well, I was playing hooky anyway, and I was gonna go into Logan Saturday. But then Nutzy came around. But anyway, went into Logan and got there. My sister texted me and told me that they had took Dad to the hospital. They thought he was having a heart attack. Well, this was Sunday, and he wasn't having a heart attack. He thought it was like chest pain or whatever, and he's been like doing that for the past few days. But he thought it was from working on his carport thing. Which is what we was going to do Sunday. But it turns out he had shingles. He's got the shingles, and apparently that's very very painful. So yeah, we didn't get much done. He went to an emergency medical thing because his doctor is, of course, is not working. I don't know what that dark spot is. Is that moving? Hang on. Yeah, I've had the chicken pox too, which is not, well, I understand it. It's not infectious unless it's like a, I don't know, like a, I guess chicken pox or whatever. And I guess they ooze if you bust them open. And what it is your skin has a lot of the nerve endings there, so it's very painful. And some people get it like on the inside of their skin, which is supposedly worse. I don't know. We're thankful that it wasn't a heart attack or anything like that because he's had heart issues too. But still, poor feller. He was going to go to my little brother's up in Wisconsin the 3rd, but they've called that off. 13-hour drive. Be a pretty rough drive with the old shingles. I mean, it must have been pretty bad because Dad is. It takes a lot to. I mean, my sister had to talk him into going. My sister's a nurse. I don't know what this is about. And she had to talk him into going to the hospital. And she told him she thought it was the shingles and that, that he needs to get the medicine and stuff for it. Blah, blah, blah. Because he thought, I guess he called her to the house because he thought he was having a heart attack. So, I don't know. I was at Mom's house whenever the boys were there, and my sister came in after her and her girl came in, and Mom had already asked me if I had chicken pox. I said, I don't remember. I think you told me before that I had them. And then my sister got there. She said, "Yeah, we've had them. Ricky gave it to me." And I kind of laughed and told her kids, see what kind of brother I am. Got her good. Chicken pox. But apparently none of her kids has had chicken pox. I thought back in the day it was a thing to let your kids get the chicken pox because if you get them whenever you're older, and I could be totally wrong, I'm a terrible doctor, but if you get them when you're older, they could be deadly or whatever. Bailey's not back yet. Yeah, that's what I thought. Because it seems to me that like my mom and her sister were twins, and her sister's got a boy and a girl, and us three are within, well, me and my cousin Danny are within 2 months of each other being born, and Heather was a year older than us, a little bit over a year, and it seems to me that we all had them at the same time. I don't remember much about it, but apparently I was in school and brought them back to my sister who wasn't in school. And I guess my brother hadn't been born yet. Dang, a mosquito. Yeah, apparently my sister's kids have all had the shots. It is what it is. To be honest, I'm burnt out on that, and I don't know. I think I find it very corny now. Just like if you go through the comment sections, what is it? Somebody always makes it all the how's it go? Rumor is that so and so is still got his windshield wipers on to this day, or the story is that so and so is still running today, or whatever. That's getting a bit old too. Folks need to be more creative. It was funny at one point, but now it's just old. Oh, well, I'm thinking about it. You gotta say some prayers for KC's mom. She's been going through a rough spell too. Taken in 1982. Good girl. She's got her hands full right now also with her mama. It's a tough thing getting older. Seeing the people you love get older. These old bodies breaking down. I said older, not old. Older. I mean, you get people like my mama, and she lived to be. It seems like the older folks live longer for some reason. Maybe because of our foods we got now, or the crap they pump into the ecosystems and the chemicals they spray in the air. But I mean, look at like cancer and stuff like that. My uncle say some prayers for him. They think he might have leukemia. He's what 60, 66, 67 now, and they're talking about they might have to take one of his lungs. But I mean, it seems like back in the day you didn't hear about cancer. Maybe it's where they didn't know. I don't know how long they've known about cancer and all that to diagnose it, but there sure seems to be a lot more of it nowadays. Here comes Bailey. Let's see if she stinks more. Hello, Valerie. Where have you been, Bailey? Bailey girl. Ain't that the weirdest thing? This makes two female dogs that I've had. That I mean, it just seems like the boogers absolutely love them. Like they bring them treats, right? And apparently they've made friends with them because the dogs get happy and take off up the hills whenever they're around. It's just, I mean, I've had knocks happen before here, like loud knocks, and that lab, especially that little lab mix that came in, she took off up the hill after. I mean, and it was a loud knock. Took up the hill, and I mean, just like her best friend was there. It blows my mind still yet. I mean, a lot of people beat it, but I mean, I've had a couple friends that died young fellers. I mean, not even 40 years old yet. He wasn't. My friend Dan, but he beat the cancer. He died from an unrelated deal. But he had brain cancer on his brain. But and they give him like months to live. Well, his dad was always out in the hills digging yellow root, ginseng, and all that. And he started crushing up that yellow root and putting it in capsules, and he would boil it, make it out tea, which is just horrible tasting tea, but it's got all kinds of health benefits. But he went back for a checkup, like he'd been doing that for 3 or 4 months. Went back for a checkup, and that cancer was totally gone. I mean, it was like the doctors were amazed by it. Of course, I guarantee the doctors didn't start looking into it and using it in their practice, because that way the drug pharmacies would be out money, and we can't have that. I guess cats might taste better. Which I've had dogs go missing too. That one, the two pups that was here that time out in that kennel, and something had opened up the back of the kennel and got them out. And then Opie, well, he was a full-grown German Shepherd. He was found up on the hill, right in the booger hole. But I swear, I think those two little pups barked a lot. Opie would bark a lot. He was, he was a guard dog. That was his job. But Bailey, she hardly ever barks. That other little dog, she hardly ever barks. And plus, they're female. And I don't know if it's where they're quieter, more relaxed, kickback dog, not as aggressive, and sound the alarm every time something happens. Like my Rottweiler, I think we found him dead too, but I think he was just an old man. But he didn't bark a lot. The only time he ever barked was whenever a car went up the holler, which was awesome. That way I would know that's before I had my buzzers and all that. That way if I was in there in the house and had something going, it's hard to hear sometimes. But he would let you know if somebody came. But that's the only time he ever barked. Or if he got in the back of the truck. He loved to ride in the back of the truck and hang his head out the side and bark at the cars that you passed. It's pretty funny. Yellow root. I've actually got a video on it. Hang on, I'll try to see if I can find it. But it's got all kinds. I mean, you can do your own research. It's got all kinds of benefits to it. I used to take it all the time because it boosts your immune system. Every time I type in my channel name, it comes up the same stupid videos, and not the ones that I actually put that I'm looking for. Here's one of them. Yeah, Jay learned me all about yellow root. There's a link to one of the videos. I got another one. I don't see the other one, but I do have another one. Oh, here it is. But yeah, check it out. I mean, I'm a firm believer that for anything what could ail a person, there's a cure out there for it. But big pharma and probably insurance companies and stuff like that just don't want it out there. Bloodroot's good for other things too. I mean, I don't know, there's so much stuff out there. And D Lady in the Woods, who's in chat right now, she talks about it a lot, different stuff. She has a vaster knowledge than I do, if that's a word. Well, actually, I don't. Have you ever looked into slippery elm, D? Because that's supposed to be for your stomach. And I'm thinking maple bark too, maybe. I know maple bark is good for colds. That's what the Native Americans would use for like colds and stuff was the inside of the maple bark. Sassafras. I used to go dig Mama's sassafras roots all the time, and she loved sassafras tea. And that's probably why she was so healthy up until the day she died. What got her was a fall. She just kind of gave up. She'd been having a couple other issues, but she was what, 88. Well, gang, I don't. I think the boogers might have left. I haven't heard nothing in a while. I need to check on the soul lunar. Might be hunting time. I need to start marking all this down again. Yep, it just minor period. What time is it? 11:30. Yep, it ended about an hour ago. So that makes sense. That's whenever the activity basically started. What is holistic therapy? I've never heard of that. Maybe I have. I don't recollect. I mean, there's just all kinds of stuff out there. I've got a couple of books on some of the stuff that grows around here and the treatments and, the edibles and stuff like that. And Papa, he learned me a lot. And I wish I would have paid more attention because I would have known a whole lot more. I guess his mom taught him. She was half Cherokee, and I remember my great grandmother, and I was just a little old feller. She probably passed away. I couldn't have been no more than 5 or 6 years old. And I don't even know how old she was. I mean, she was definitely up in her 90s. I remember walking in there, and that old gal, she would have something like a squirrel or a rabbit or something that she would dry out and just sit it out on the table, and she would take little strips off of it and eat it. But she would have herbs and stuff hanging in her house, and she just knew all that stuff. She'd make good spring salads out of what's that, chickweed and dandelion roots or the leaves for whatever. Just all kinds of pokeweed, all kinds of stuff. And Papa taught, he tried to teach me a lot, but you know how young lads are. I'd rather be climbing up a tree than hunting for ginseng. That old feller, he could spot it a mile away too. Now I wish I would have listened a little bit better. Wild Kota, I've never heard of that either. I'll check that out. Wildfire, the Foxfire books. I've never heard of them, Pappy. Send me a link to that. I would definitely be interested in that. That was a pretty loud thump. I don't think that was a nut. Watch your ears, guys. Hey! Do a whoop! 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 I haven't seen foxfire in a long time. There's actually a place over in West Virginia. It's called Foxfire. It's like a park. Foxfire, I think, camp or something like that. But they had that foxfire over there. They also had hot air balloons. Devil's Club, really? I've never seen Devil's Club here around this part of Kentucky, but it does grow over it. Like LBL was loaded down with that Devil's Club. I didn't want nothing to do with that. But I mean, like the nettleweed, you get into that stuff and it'll eat you to death. But you can also eat it if you boil it a couple times. I'll look that up. COTA. Is it a yellow flower? Is that what you're talking about? Not wildflower. Oh, there's sassafras. See, I don't know what birch beer is either, but there's sassafras grows everywhere here. The only thing I can find, Cota, is a yellow flower. Looks like a daisy, but it's all yellow. Is this it? This other one looks familiar. Looks like the stuff that you can substitute for coffee. It's got a kick to it. Well, I'm doing it now. The chamoli. what that's called now. Oh, SoCal. I've never heard of that. That one, the blue looking flower, I can't think of the name of it. Looks like the stuff that grows here. Oh, dude, I'm not trying to do that at all. No, that's not it. What's the blue looking flower that you can take the roots of it and make like a coffee out of it? I don't know why it won't come to me right now. It's driving me crazy. Chicory, thank you. Yes, chicory weed. This is what that one flower looked like. Lord, I'm losing my mind, I believe. It's killing me. I couldn't think of it. Yeah. That stuff grows everywhere here. You can make like a coffee out of it. It'll really amp you up. Probably what I need right now. Good, Martha. So my aunt and my mom, like I said before, they're twins, and both of them are taking the CBD oil now. And it was working for them, but my aunt kept going up on her dosages. Like she started off on low, to like say 300 milligrams, then she was up to 1,000 milligrams, and it would work for a couple of weeks, and then her pain would start coming back in. And I think she talked to her doctor about it. Like, it might not have been a doctor though, but whoever it was that she talked to about it, told her to stop taking it for a week and then start taking it again on the lower dosage, and it would work again. So she tried that, and that worked for anybody that's been taking the CBD oil and it's quit working. I'm still at the 300 milligrams, and I still haven't had any pain, like the joint pain, anything like that, and only like two headaches. And I used to get a headache like 3 or 4 times a week. It's horrible, but it's really helped me. I need to pick up another bottle of it tomorrow so I don't run out. I've used it every day, twice a day, which I haven't took my evening dose yet. But every day, twice a day for months now, and I'm still on the same, 300 milligram, and I'm still pain free. It's simply amazed me. Yeah, I mean, it's Snow White. She started taking it for she started taking it for her Lyme disease too, and it's helped her. Radical, did you ever try the CBD oil? I know you've heard me talk about it, which I haven't talked about it in a while. I don't know why. Which I've been not been on here as much either. Tanger. Let's look that up now. They're talking about tangerine. That's definitely not it. Did it help you? Did it help you in the beginning, Grady? Cool, because like I said, I guess people's bodies are different, and you react to stuff differently. You might want to stop taking it for like a week and then go back on it. I mean, if you can get by without going to a higher dose, that's what I would do. Because I don't know why it does that. I guess I ought to look that up. But I haven't had that problem yet anyway. I haven't upped my dosage and been pain free, so. Good night, Wildflower. God bless. Well, the pain meds is, I don't know, I guess depending on what you're taking, but it's a form of dopamine which your body releases naturally, smaller amounts of it, of course, to help you deal with the pain. And all the pain meds do is cover that up, which is basically what dopamine does. But the CBD oil actually gets rid of the inflammation. Is is what it does to help with the pain. Pop ups. I've been having all kinds of computer computer issues. I mean, the CBD oil is that's what it's made out of. Is marijuana plants. It's not the part that gets you high. It's the. I mean, they give it to people for like seizures and stuff like that. I mean, it's got quite a few benefits. I think it's a godsend. You have to get the pure CBD oil. I mean, they make a hemp oil too, but it's not the same. And mom was also telling me that make sure you get the ones that's made in the United States because let me think what she told me. Because she told me a couple of different things. Oh, one of it was the vaping. I think they was putting like heavy metals into the vaping deals, and that's what was killing people. But there was something about the CBD oil had trace amounts of something in it. I have to ask her again. That's that website that I was talking about because that's what I'm wanting to do is start growing it here, but it's still not up. Which I ain't checked it tonight. I ain't checked it in a couple of days actually. I need to look again. But I want to apply for that, and it's still not up. I need to stop by that Kentucky Extension office and ask them about it. It's still not up. Hmm. You need to stop in there tomorrow and ask them. Here comes something else, another critter on the porch. It's scary looking. Better go. Better go step on that. It's going right from my house. Rush hemp. All right. Yeah, that's a big boy. I don't see how wildflower. If you get the pure CBD oil, you make sure it's 100% pure CBD oil. It doesn't have any THC in it. And if it does, it's just very, very trace amounts. But I mean, there are different oils out there, and some of it does have the THC in it, which is normally illegal in most states. I mean, I know there's states that it's legal in now, but make sure it's the pure CBD. Because I get drug tested too, where I work at, and that's that was one of my main concerns was does this have the THC in it? And the the place where I got it from looked at it and they showed me the paperwork and all this stuff on it. Blah blah blah. I even tried to get to where ask them if they sold it online because a lot of people were having trouble finding it. But it's just the hemp bombs. If it's the pure CBD, well, Kentucky's law on it's not you can grow hemp, but you can't grow marijuana for folks just getting high. But you can grow it for the CBD part of the plant. The plants that you can grow in Kentucky have to be high in CBD and low on the THC, which is it's all I guess probably some kind of genetically modified deal. There's special seeds you have to actually get. Well, to grow it here in Kentucky, I think it's $100 for the license, and then you have to get a background check, which is not even $20, I don't think. And then, of course, you have to have your equipment and get the seeds, and that's it. It's not, if it was $50,000, then I'm definitely out on that. But I ain't got close to that. $100 is pushing it for me. But yeah, I don't. I've already looked into all that. Basically, just to get your license, it's going to cost you under $150. Then you'll have to buy the seeds, and I think I've got a hookup for the seeds. I just got to get the license now. The only thing I'm waiting on is the application process to upgrade their stupid computer. They probably got Windows 10 like I got and has that bug in it. Won't let them do it. I mean, really cool. I don't see anything wrong with smoking marijuana at all. I mean, I can see it, which they got some potent stuff out there. I don't think people should smoke and drive down the road or even do it like at work or something like that. But what you do in your own home is basically nobody else's business. As long as there's not a victim to any of this, then it's really nobody's business. But marijuana is, I mean, that's, they throw it in there with stuff such as heroin and meth and stuff like that, and it's nothing like that. So yeah, toke it up. I mean, I don't blame you. I used to smoke too. I can't now because of the drug test, but I don't see nothing wrong with it. It's a God-given plan on this earth. Our country, look it up. Our Declaration of Independence is printed on hemp paper. During the Revolutionary War, a lot of the clothes and ropes and sails and stuff that we used to fight the British were made out of hemp. Our presidents grew this stuff. Now it's illegal, or was. It's coming back now. But there's all kinds of stuff that they can make out of it. And hemp fiber is one of the strongest fibers there is. Yeah, I didn't really ever get into drinking either. I was a terrible, terrible drunk. I wasn't mean or nothing. It just didn't. It didn't agree with me because I never felt very good. Now, if I drink anything at all, it gives me heartburn real bad. Thank God. Dang, I'm very cool. No wonder you're an Alabama fan. Yes, but you have to have a license to grow it here in the state of Kentucky. I think it's only been a couple of years since they had it. I just found out about it like last year, but it's too late for the license last year. Whenever I found out about it, and I don't know. Now they're messing around with this license issue. I'm definitely gonna stop there tomorrow. It's on my way to work, so why wouldn't I stop? No, I was a happy drunk. I just didn't like the after effects, and I don't know. I like to be. I like for my mind to be as sharp as it could possibly be, which isn't very sharp normally. But I don't know. I don't. Being drunk's pretty dangerous. Not. I mean, not including driving. I mean, just being drunk in general is dangerous. Something bad could happen. I'd rather be have my senses as sharp as possible. What in the world was that? Walnuts or rocks? What the heck? This has a lot. Where's the walnuts are starting to fall? Were they throwing stuff at my cat? What was that, key cat? I don't know what that was. I don't see any walnuts on the ground. Oh, there's one. Yeah, there's a couple on the ground. I guess the walnuts are starting to fall now. Probably all dried out. Hey guys, are you there? Did anybody just hear that scream up the holler? What is that? Man, I've got the chills. That sounds like someone singing. Hey, it's a pretty song. That sounds like a woman singing. What is that? That is creepy. Gosh, that's creepy. Let me get back here. What in the world? It sounds like it's up on the ridge line. Hello? What you singing? Blue Moon of Kentucky? I just heard a mouth pop. I seen that with the FLIR. Could y'all hear that singing? That was creepy. I got the chills right now. I don't know where Bailey went either. She came back off the hill. Could y'all hear that? I don't listen to music much. Watch your ears. Y'all could hear that? I was wondering if it picked up. Man, that was creepy sounding. Bailey! Where'd you go, girl? Not really yodeling. I'm trying to think of what it did sound like. Maybe kind of like yodeling, but not. Yes, that was moving. Here, girl. Might be Bailey up there singing. Never heard her sing before. Bailey. she go? Bailey girl. Oh, I see her. She's up on the porch, chilled out. What are you doing up there, girl? Bailey. Are you sleepy? I don't know who sleeps more, her or Nutzy. Definitely not White Cat. You are an odd duck, White Cat. She's up on the porch. That's their usual hangout. I think it's cooler up there or something. Man, I can't see nothing on the flare. That was too weird. I've never heard that before. Comes an airplane. Sometimes I'll do stuff whenever planes are flying over. Alright, guys, I'm going to have to call it a night. I still got to take a shower. I jumped on live as soon as I got here and got stupid Wi-Fi going. Figured it might be a good night since the rocks were removed. You know what? I'm gonna put these rocks over here so if they get moved. Here's our experiment for the night. Hey guys, you want these groovy rocks? There they are, the end of the bridge. See what happens. Alright guys, hey Pappy, for real, send me that link to the Foxfire thing you was talking about. But alright guys, y'all have a good night. Stay cool. Don't get too hot. 2 more days and it'll be cooler here. Please, please hurry. Everybody have a good night and God bless.